Did you know that just one small mistake with oatmeal could quietly turn it into something toxic? Oatmeal has long been praised as one of the healthiest breakfasts. High in fiber, gentle on digestion, and great for cholesterol. But here's the shocking truth. When you make certain common mistakes with oatmeal, it can actually become dangerous. In fact, some of these mistakes may quietly raise your risk for inflammation, toxicity, and even cancer. Yes, you heard that right. Your morning bowl of oatmeal could be hurting your health instead of helping it. This video is for you if oatmeal is a regular part of your morning routine. Especially if you're over 60 and focused on eating well, it's crucial to understand the hidden dangers that can show up in the way oatmeal is stored, reheated, flavored, or even cooked. These aren't scare tactics. They're real issues that most people overlook. But by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to avoid and how to keep oatmeal safe, nourishing, and beneficial to your body. We're going to walk through 4 specific mistakes that transform this otherwise wholesome food into something your body might struggle to handle. These mistakes often come from habit, convenience, or simply not knowing any better. But they're easy to fix once you know what to watch for. Stick with me until the end because the final mistake is one that even the most health-conscious people tend to overlook. And correcting it might not just protect your breakfast, it could protect your long-term health. Let's get into it. Number 1. Reheating leftover oatmeal. Many folks think reheating oatmeal is harmless. After all, it's just oats and water, maybe some milk. How bad could it be? But here's the part most people never hear about. When you cook oatmeal and then reheat it later, especially in the microwave or after it's sat out too long, you may be doing your body more harm than good. Why? Because reheated oatmeal, particularly when it's been stored improperly, can develop harmful compounds that trigger inflammation and digestive stress. And in extreme or repeated cases, this can lead to increased risk of cell damage. Here's what's happening behind the scenes. When oatmeal sits out at room temperature or in the refrigerator for an extended period, especially when made with milk or sugar, it becomes a breeding ground for bacteria and oxidation. Then, when you reheat it, especially in a high-powered microwave, you're not just warming it, you're also altering its chemical makeup. You might be introducing advanced glycation end products. These are little molecular troublemakers linked to inflammation and aging. For seniors whose bodies already have a tougher time managing inflammation, this can be like pouring fuel on a fire. And here's the emotional impact. You're doing your best to eat healthy, make smart choices, and live longer. But without realizing it, this one small habit could be quietly working against your efforts. That can feel defeating. No one wants to believe that something they thought was helping them might actually be making things worse. Take my friend Walter, for example. He's 76, lives alone, and makes a big pot of oatmeal on Monday to last the week. He'd reheat it every morning in the microwave, thinking it saved time and money. But over the years, he started having unexplained digestive issues. Bloating, discomfort, fatigue. His doctor couldn't pinpoint the cause until they talked through his daily routine. Once Walter switched to preparing fresh oatmeal in smaller batches and stopped reheating leftovers, his symptoms gradually faded. It was that simple. So what's the takeaway? If you love oatmeal, don't stop eating it, but stop reheating it. Make just enough for one serving. And if you must store it, refrigerate it immediately in an airtight container and reheat it gently on the stove, not the microwave. Even better, try overnight oats with cold preparation to skip reheating entirely. This one small shift can protect your body from hidden toxins, ease your digestion, and make sure your healthy intentions actually lead to healthy outcomes. Number 2. Adding too much sugar. Sweetening your oatmeal may seem innocent. Just a little brown sugar, honey, or maple syrup to make it taste better. But here's the harsh truth many older adults never hear. When you add too much sugar to your oatmeal, you're turning a healthy breakfast into something dangerously close to dessert. And for people over 70, that kind of sugar spike can do more than just throw off your diet. It can quietly feed inflammation, damage blood vessels, and even increase your risk for certain cancers, especially in organs like the pancreas and colon. When you combine the natural starches in oats with large amounts of added sugar, your body experiences a rapid rise in blood glucose. That flood of sugar pushes your pancreas into overdrive, forcing it to release more insulin to keep things in balance. Over time, especially if this is happening daily, your cells may become resistant to insulin's effects, setting the stage for type 2 diabetes. But beyond diabetes, high blood sugar levels have also been linked to oxidative stress, the kind that damages cells and leads to mutations. That's where the cancer risk quietly creeps in. Here's what's most upsetting. You're choosing oatmeal because it seems like the smart, healthy option, but if you're dumping in multiple spoonfuls of sugar or using sweetened instant packets that are already loaded with additives, you may be unknowingly setting your health back each morning. Feels like betrayal, doesn't it? You're trying to take care of yourself, but the very thing you reach for in good faith could be undermining your body from the inside out. Let me tell you about Gloria. She's 72, and for years, she started every day with a big bowl of oatmeal, drowning it in brown sugar and flavored coffee creamer. She thought she was making a healthy choice, but her energy kept dipping by mid-morning, and her doctor noticed rising blood sugar levels. Once she learned about how much sugar was actually going into her bowl, she made a simple switch. She cut out the added sweeteners and started topping her oatmeal with fresh fruit and cinnamon. Within weeks, her energy stabilized, and her blood work started to improve. The lesson? Sweet and smart. Instead of processed sugar, try adding sliced bananas, berries, or a few raisins. Use cinnamon or nutmeg for flavor without the spike. And stay far away from those pre-sweetened instant oatmeal packets. They're some of the worst offenders. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3. Cooking at high temperatures. Cooking oatmeal might seem simple. Just boil some water or milk, stir in your oats, and let it simmer. But here's where many people make a silent but serious mistake. They cook their oatmeal at high temperatures, or even microwave it on full power to save time. The problem? When you cook oats at excessively high heat, especially in the microwave or on a hot stove without enough liquid, you can trigger a reaction that alters the natural structure of the oats and creates harmful compounds in the process. What was once a heart-healthy food becomes far less friendly to your body. This chemical change happens through a process called the Maillard reaction. It's the same thing that browns meat or gives toast its crusty texture. When the sugars and amino acids in oats are exposed to high heat, they form advanced glycation end products, commonly called AGEs. And AGEs are anything but sweet for your health. They contribute to chronic inflammation, damage collagen in your skin and joints, and have even been linked to cancer cell growth. Your oatmeal might not look burned, but if it's cooked too hot, it can still carry these invisible threats. What's worse is that this mistake often happens with good intentions. Maybe you're in a rush. Maybe you're using the microwave because it's easier. Or maybe you've just never been told that cooking oatmeal slowly is essential to preserving its health benefits. Unfortunately, most food packaging and cookbooks don't warn you about this. I remember a gentleman named Ron, 68 years old, who told me proudly how he could whip up a bowl of oatmeal in under 2 minutes using the microwave on high. He added nothing else, just oats and water, and thought he was doing everything right. But his doctor noticed signs of increased inflammation and early joint stiffness. When Ron switched to cooking his oats slowly over the stove with extra water and a lower flame, those symptoms began to ease up. His oatmeal didn't just taste better, it worked better for his body too. So what should you do instead? Always cook oatmeal on low to medium heat. And make sure you use enough water or milk to keep it from drying out. If you're using the microwave, reduce the power setting and extend the cook time. And don't forget to stir occasionally to prevent clumping and uneven heating. This small change in how you prepare your oats could make a major difference in how your body responds. It's not just about eating the right foods, it's about preparing them in ways that support your health, not sabotage it. Number 4. Mixing oatmeal with artificial sweeteners. Many folks trying to make healthy choices believe swapping sugar for artificial sweeteners in their oatmeal is the smarter route. Seems like the right thing to do. Avoid sugar. Reduce calories. Protect your blood sugar. But here's what most people don't realize. Combining oatmeal with artificial sweeteners like aspartame, saccharin, or sucralose can actually have the opposite effect over time. What starts as a well-intentioned health decision can lead to dangerous consequences for your gut, and, more alarmingly, your long-term health. Artificial sweeteners don't nourish the body the way natural sugars, or even small amounts of real sweeteners, do. When added to hot oatmeal, especially during or right after cooking, these chemicals can undergo structural changes that affect the digestive process. In fact, some studies suggest that artificial sweeteners can interfere with your gut microbiome, those helpful bacteria that keep your immune system strong and your digestion working smoothly. When that system is thrown off balance, it can contribute to inflammation throughout the body, which is a major risk factor for various diseases, including cancer. Even more concerning, certain sweeteners, when exposed to heat or acidic environments, like the stomach, can break down into potentially harmful byproducts. These compounds may not show immediate effects, but over years of repeated exposure, they can quietly erode your health. And the sad part is, people often don't notice until they start feeling more fatigued, experience stomach discomfort, or are told by a doctor that something's not right. Take Linda, for instance. She's 72 and used to sweeten her oatmeal every morning with a packet of artificial sweetener. She did it religiously for over a decade, thinking she was making the healthy choice. But she began to suffer from bloating, irregular digestion, and rising inflammation markers in her blood work. It wasn't until she switched to natural sweeteners, like cinnamon, mashed banana, or a small drizzle of honey, that things started to improve. Not only did she feel better, but she also discovered that real food actually tasted better. So what's the safer move? If you need a little sweetness, go for natural options in small amounts. Try stirring in fresh berries, a touch of maple syrup, or a dash of cinnamon. Not only are these choices more flavorful, but they also work with your body, not against it. Your oatmeal should be a healing food, not one that tricks your system with chemicals it doesn't recognize. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Final thoughts. Sometimes the biggest danger isn't in the food itself, it's in how we prepare it. Oatmeal has long been praised as a healthy choice, and rightfully so. But when we make the wrong decisions with it, even something as simple and wholesome as a bowl of oats can turn into something harmful. The truth is, it's not just about what we eat, but how we eat it, how we store it, and what we combine it with. That's where so many people unknowingly go wrong. This video wasn't meant to scare you. It was meant to empower you. You have more control over your health than you might think. And small changes, like skipping the sweeteners, tossing out those old oats, or ditching the flavored packets, can make a big difference over time. It's never too late to protect your body, and never too late to start treating food as the medicine it's meant to be. And when you do that, you don't just lower your risk for illness. You feel stronger, more energetic, and more alive in your daily life. Let's be honest. No one wants to think the breakfast they've enjoyed for years could be causing harm. But it takes courage to face that possibility, and even more courage to do something about it. And if you've made it this far in the video, I know you're the kind of person who doesn't just sit back, you take action. That's something to be proud of. So, the next time you reach for your oats, pause for just a moment. Think about the choices you're making. Are they aligned with the life you want to live, one of energy, clarity, and vitality? If the answer is yes, then keep going. If not, you know what to do now. And that knowledge puts you ahead of the curve. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.